This is Nightmare Hospital.
Yeah. Shit got real.
Shit became real. Literally, arms and legs got together.
The ice is gonna break!
And formed a Walking Dead scenario.
By the way, Mother. Bad doctor, worst doctor ever.
She's about as good a doctor as she is a mother.
I didn't realize when I took this person's pulse that they are nothing but a giant mass of arms. That's my other patient.
I don't think this is a car accident. I'm still wondering how she can fit a giant sword in a duffel bag.
Yeah, oh my god, the size of that sword, that was like fucking Cloud Sword from like Final Fantasy.
I just take all that stuff as cartoon.
I was like, man, that's a giant sword.
Honestly, what bothered me a little bit more about it, and I don't dislike this episode, but what bothered me a little bit is like just 2 minutes in, it's like, oh, okay, this is the lesson, and we're gonna dwell on this for a while. And no, I can do this myself. Well, no, you can't. If I had to hear that mother say no again, it's just like...
To quote Bad Santa, they all can't be winners, kid. They can't all be winners.
Well, there's still a lot of good stuff in the episode. It's more just sort of the... Well, and even the end where they come together, it's like, okay, we made some progress, and I really like Steven looking down at that sword when she's connecting with her mother. It was a very nice scene.
There was something... Yeah, there was something a little too... I guess broadcasted, like, the moral and everything. Like, when they hugged, it's like, I love you too, honey. I just remember turning, I was like, oh. Like, it felt like, the funny thing is, the show is so good at kind of, like, doing this sort of thing normally that in what would just be any normal episode of another
any other
cartoon,
show, yeah,
this feels somehow rehearsed and kind of trite, like, which... It's not a criticism of the show at all. It's just, it's amazing how high this show set the bar. That just doing something that I would see in any other cartoon, I'm like, eh.
The status quo is a status low for this show.
I think you status blow.
We're poets, and we do know it.
Blow it.
Okay. So, but no, there's a lot of... I got excited for this episode because when you see them go into that hospital, they cut the music, that thing's just moving, the colors, the angles... It's a scary setup. I was actually like, nothing's happened yet, but the build-up is pretty intense.
I thought the two patients, the gem shards, were pretty scary for something in a...
and when they actually come alive and they start, I think up to when it starts slamming against the door, that's when it kind of stopped being scary when you finally see them. And it's like, and they are scary when you first see them, and then it's, okay, now it's a Steven Universe episode after that, where the build-up to it seemed like something out of a good horror film, like the colors and the angles and the shadows and stuff. And like I said, the lack of music or even just the tiny little sound effects were really intimidating.
How can she not know? I'm just worst hospital ever. I show up and I'm a mass of nothing but legs and 12 eyeballs, and then just like, yeah, no pulse. Guess I'm just gonna leave this patient here and stupid hospital equipment. I'm like, that's your worry?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say there's another stethoscope somewhere in that room, and she doesn't have to go that far out to get another one.
Well, I love it because like she never lifts the blanket up, but at the same time, who does that? Who keeps somebody entirely covered with a blanket? Well, wait a second, no, she did look at him and say, I don't think this is a car accident.
Where would you even check the heart in that thing?
I'd say it was a car accident if the body were dead and not moving, but it's like, I'm like, what?
Yeah, if it has no mouth, how can it make sounds?
I do not want to go to this hospital. I have no mouth but 12 arms and I must scream.
Car accident. I mean, that's cartoons to me. I mean, I'm just sort of like, whatever. You know, it's like, why did Peridot not punch Steven but instead go like that?
It's just
saying, kind of for effect.
Never get sick in Beach City. That's all I'm saying.
Very clear. The one thing it does kind of bring up is that, okay, these gems are there, they know they're there, and this is kind of something I brought up a few episodes ago. Why aren't more people educating themselves about how they work and what they are and stuff? Because, you know,
if they would just listen to the fucking theme song. Half of it's explaining that we are the crystal gems.
So that is the one thing I'm like, okay, that's the one kind of legitimate hole I'm like, I don't get unless that's just part of it. Like, oh,
Well,
they just want to be separate. They want to be closed
sirs,
off.
it's obviously because Mayor Dewey wrote the whole history. So there's nothing to see here, sirs. Just go along and then go about your own business.
Yeah, I felt like if they did more of the suspense.
Meanwhile, Ronaldo's like, liar!
If they did more of the suspense and the horror of like what you didn't see and sort of creeping in the shadows and didn't have to emphasize the moral as much.
That's your reason, because your only alternative news source is fucking Ronaldo. And who the hell wants to listen to him?
You just really want to hate Ronaldo again.
I just, even when he's not in an episode,
it makes you so angry.
I feel his presence. Like
it's like Sauron. He's like everywhere.
Yeah, it's like I can almost see pairs of beady eyes in the background in certain scenes.
Reflection of his glasses.
I'm like, wait, is that Ronaldo? No, somebody just splotched some paint in the layout artwork. Okay.
I really want to give credit to, like I said, the backgrounds and those simple shapes. I mean, a lot of them are just squares, but just the colors they use and where they place them and stuff.
Their use of squares was really amazing.
I know.
I know what you're saying. It was really
very nice and legitimately creepy. Like it didn't look like
the color scheme. It looked like a David Fincher film. A lot of green going on.
Yeah, like if David Fincher did a legitimately creepy horror film. Yeah.
I think he did. Did you not see The Social Network?
Yeah, nobody talked right in that movie. They were all zombies, right? Isn't that how it worked? But
7, I think it kind of count.
That's true. That's
we count serial killers as horror, and
yeah.
Kevin Spacey is very scary. Just normal.
Just normally, yeah. So. When there's something about when you can put someone in a really bright, well-lit room and it's still creepy and it's still scary. And when they're in
like
their...
we're doing right now.
Yeah, so, we're just looking at us is scary enough. But when you see them in that room and there's the little sheet, there's the movement, you just see the arm hanging there and stuff, and it's quiet and it's not only lit, it's like overlit. I mean, so it's still just a little uncomfortable, and I like when it's like they don't always have to rely on the dark and the shadows. Obviously, that's really good to do.
It helps too, though, that it's a hospital, because I don't know about you, hospitals scare the fuck out of me.
I don't know if they scare me, but you don't typically want to be in one because that means something's wrong.
Yeah, it's just like you're only there if you're sick, you're dying, or somebody else you know is sick or dying.
Or you're dead.
Or you're dead, sitting in the... Yeah, so we
need a Patch Adams hospital.
Nobody's happy in a hospital. The only people ever happy in a hospital is if you've just given birth or something. Even then, you're not happy while you're doing that. It's only afterwards, like, oh, I guess that worked out.
I'm really not against the Patch Adams, the real Patch Adams, not the bullshit movie version, idea of how to do hospitals. He wants to make them very positive, happy places because he feels the patients would get better faster, and they've done tests, and they do. I mean, it's not a bad idea. The way to go about doing it.
They're coming around to that. A lot of the new hospitals I've seen that have been designed, at least that they built in this area, have all, like, earth tones and greens, and it's got like a zen quality, whereas like some of the old hospitals, it's that like
the tile,
sterile white tile where it's just, see, with all the white you can see all the blood splotches better.
You see, there's a reason they said horror films in hospitals a lot. There's a lot of hospitals in horror films. They're scary places, and I'm kind of with that.
All the white tile looks like a White Castle, which is pretty much the same
that's the scariest
same thing as a hospital.
They should call it White Dungeon. That's what it really is. It's just torture. Sorry, Brad. You're insane, though.
It's okay. My colon will give out by the time I'm 45. But you know what? It will be a life well worth living.
I'll die half the age that you are, but I'll die happy. I'll die with White Castle.
You'll die old and like in your 90s. But you'll be sad and a shriveled up husk. I, meanwhile, will have died eating my 1,000,000th White Castle.
They'll bury him like in a giant White Castle container, like those little boxes.
No, they'll bury him just bury me in the crave case.
They'll just carry him like
Branson.
You should have
kills me because there's always gonna be that one person that's like,
you leave him alone.
No, they're gonna send it to Brad. Did you see what they said about him? He's like, Crave case, that's amazing!
That sounds amazing, yes!
Just
Put
burn
it at my will!
Yeah, just burn me in the Crave case. We'll make it a cremation. Then scatter my ashes over another White Castle.
No, you would take what's left of my body and put it in between White Castle buns. And if you want, you may consume me, but... yeah. This got scary, like the episode. All ties back. White Castles and Scary Hospitals have this great big connection. That Brad should be nowhere near any of them, because God knows what he's going to do in any of them.
Right on.
Right on.
Hey, sexy.
I don't know why we decided to make this a big Brad video suddenly. But
Because we mentioned White Castle, that's all.
it's like it has to go back to. It used to go back to our dad because he loves White Castle. He's obsessed with
I think
them.
Brad may put our dad to shame. Though.
Yeah, no, Dad doesn't have any White Castle merchandise. So when we did live in Seattle, he did go and get the ones at the store because there weren't any White Castles in Seattle. They're the ones you had to microwave. If you think White Castle's bad, try microwave White Castle.
No.
Oh.
No.
No, I think Brad likes those too. Actually. I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
It's steamed in the plastic. You don't get it.
I don't even take the plastic off. I just eat it all.
The plastic.
So,
Ugh.
wow, wait, that was a. Sorry, Brad. But anything else we got on this episode?
Brad's gonna watch us just be like, yeah, it's pretty true. They left out my love of Taco Bell. Yeah, that's what'll upset him. What? No fucking Crystal Pepsi mention? Assholes.
No Dorito Shell Taco Bell. But good episode.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like you said, I wouldn't say it's like a bad episode by any means. It may be like the lesson a little standard. And I think like you said, with any other episode on any other show, it'd be like, well, whatever, that's status quo. But for them, the status quo is like, it is kind of below what they're usually doing.
I just remembering because we had both thought the same thing after she goes through that whole sword fight and the 2 gem shards are in the balls and it cuts to the mother.
We just wanted to see.
I just want to see the mother just. And she's like, oh, maybe I didn't know what I was doing.
So I mean, a good lesson and some good suspense in it. I mean, it's fine. I think you could cut that moral in half.
Great lesson. Whenever your mom says don't sword fight, sword fight.
Yeah, I mean, basically. I mean, come on, we want to create tougher kids.
I feel like that's an 80s lesson.
Yeah.
So I watch movies like Goonies and all these other things, like, don't do that. Okay, we're doing that. And guess what? It worked out great.
Don't do that. I'll do it online. Ooh, I'm sword fighting on Tumblr.
I love what you talk about. I control everything about her, like her study time. I know what she does on the internet. I was just like, and by the way, your surf history is disgusting. No one needs to see Justin Bieber doing that. Nobody.
I think it's good to end on Justin Bieber doing that, and we can leave it open to whatever that is.
But I won't do that.
So, thanks for watching, and let your imaginations take flight on that. Take care.
Pleasant dreams thinking about Justin Bieber and White Castle.